Hi, our team is working on a project called Book Club. Book Club is an Eventbrite-like website where an event is created based on a particular book. In that event, people will study that book together, discuss about that book, etc. So for our book club, the first API is Book API, and in the Book API, our domain is has three classes, which is book, book author, and then book genre. So the book class will have the properties ID, title, price, picture, URL, description, rating. Book author will have ID and author, and book genre will have ID and genre. Book will also have book genre ID and book author ID as foreign key because book is a many table. So next is data. So here is like how data is being established. So here in the book context, we'll have how the database is created. We'll provide all the configuration for the database. So these book genres, book authors, and books will be the SQL table in the SQL Server table. And this is the configuration for books, which is like it will be converted to books table and it will have ID which is required and all those stuff. Similarly for book genre and book author. Then in book seed we'll have like our data, how the data will be migrated to the database. It has all the data for book genre, book author, and books. The next is controller. We have two controllers, book controller and pick controller. So the book controller will have the actions for book genres, book authors, and get books by ID. And the pick controller will have the route for pick. It will give the URL for the pick. The next is we'll create a Docker image for SQL Server and our container. So I've already created that. So my Book API and SQL Server image is already running, as you can see. Then we'll create a Docker Compose where we have a Docker Compose YAML file. So here we have all the environment variables for Book API and Microsoft SQL Server, everything. The port is this one, it's running on this one, and this one is running on this one. The next one is in startup, we have all the configuration based on the Docker YAML file, database server name, user, password, everything. Then we add a SQL Server object. In the SQL Server, we'll create a new SQL Server. We'll connect the SQL Server for our existing database. So I've already connected that, and then there we can see our database is BookDB. And then you need to do in the package manager console, add migration so that all the data is queued up for the migration and then I build the Docker and run the Docker, which is already I did. Docker Compose up, before that I already built. So it is up and running. So we can check the URL for everything, book author, and book genre in Postman. So this is book genre. When I do send, I get all my data. So I have only two genre, so it displays the data. Then for book author, I do send. and then I have the list of all the authors. Similarly for books, I need to provide page size and index, so I did 2 and 3 and then I did send, and here is the data for book. For pick, I'll be testing on the browser, because on the Postman the JPG file was not working. So here is my pick controller, the pick. So here right now it's 2, I can check for 3, then 4. Yeah, so it is working. So this was our book API, the first API for our project. Thank you.